Well, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday morning. You're going to be seeing this Tuesday evening when this goes up, hopefully. I'm going to be recording everything from right now. It's about 7:45 in the morning, all the way until, I'd say, like, probably around 8 p.m. I'll do the chickens tonight so you can see the evening routine, but fortunately, somebody's already been out here to do the morning routine for us. So we're going to check on the pet flock, and as you guys probably know, we don't have a rooster in this flock anymore. So no more in the evening do I have to worry about ducking down and worrying about the rooster pecking at my hair. So now I can just go into the chicken coop without any concerns at all. Just walk in, come out with the eggs, count everybody, and see what's all going on. In this flock, we average about 3 to 5 eggs every single day. Usually we don't collect them during the day, but I really want to start getting back into doing that. I remember like a couple years ago, the chickens would just lay eggs anywhere they wanted to. Alright, so right now we're going over to the farm flock to go check on them right now. Let's check it out and see what's going on over here. And as you can see, a lot of them are directly underneath this trailer for whatever reason, right over here. I don't know how well you could tell, but we do have, I'd say, like a good majority of them under here. I'd say probably about like 30% of our chickens are under, that's not 30%, that's like 15% under here. You can kind of hear them too. And it also rained a little bit this morning. Like, we had a potential northern light show last night. I don't actually know if I caught them or not. I saw some green lights in the sky at around 10:30 p.m. But then they faded because of either the fog moving in or it's just the fact that the northern lights just went away, or it became cloudy. I couldn't tell what it did. But over here we do have the farm flock for real. These guys are younger ones. I don't know where Puff is, because Puff is one that I usually love showing here. I guess Puff is probably somewhere in the box, maybe. Because if we lost Puff, that would be a disaster. As you can see, we have a lot of different varieties of chickens here. Majority Easter egger though. And they're also very friendly because of course they don't have a rooster. Is Puff in here? I'm not seeing Puff, but I'm gonna assume she's somewhere around here, hopefully. Yeah, these chickens are just like that. You can get really close to them, you can pet them. The pet flock still needs to adjust a little bit to us, but I can begin petting the pet flock again. You see, when there's a rooster in control of that flock, you can't really do a lot with the chickens because the rooster is their #1 protector. But now that the rooster is gone, all they have to do to protect themselves now is just like be loud, notify us when something bad's about to happen, and we'll be right there. I'll assume she's probably under there. But if you guys didn't see last night, we did lose another chicken. Right over here is the pile of feathers to support that. See them? It's just one chicken. And the odd thing about this group of feathers here, is that they were dragged in this way, so I don't know. I've never seen them dragged this way before. I don't know, maybe something else got to it, like a fisher cat or something, but I guess we'll truly never know until we actually catch the culprit as to who is doing this. So part of my daily routine is to check for feathers as well, because I'm worried that like sometime between me waking up and me actually getting out here might be the difference between a chicken surviving and a chicken dying. So I always check over here just to make sure. Didn't see anything bad in the pet flock. And as you can see, there is a tree stand over there in that tree right there, and that right there is how we're going to exterminate, I'll just say, the coyote, because he is just trying to do it. So let me check one more time to see if Puff is under here, but I'm going to assume she's probably somewhere over here. I think I see her, so I'll catch you guys later. Alright, so it's around like 1 p.m. at this point, and I'm probably going to go take the puppy for a walk real quick, which is something I do pretty much on the daily at this point. And right over here, we have our chickens, of course. I just check on them pretty frequently. I think I've checked on them maybe 6 or 7 times since I recorded the first clip, which is a little bit lower than usual, but I keep hearing sounds out here, and I keep worrying that it's something else, but in actuality, it's usually just something very minor that doesn't result in anything. It's just I'm usually like flying over the fence for the most part. So you can see everybody's in the yard right now, and I haven't seen any recovery yet on their feathers, but I'm going to assume we're probably going to be seeing some recovery on their feathers in the coming weeks, because, well, it's not a process that happens like that overnight. It takes a little bit for their feathers to actually fully recover. So I'll go record the highlights while I take my puppy Linguini on a walk throughout the upper fields of the property. Yesterday we went to the woods, so today we're gonna go around the upper fields instead. I also gotta make sure to bring my treats with me. So let's get on this walk. All right, so here we are with the German Shepherd Linguini right now. I have treats with me. We're going on a quick little walk up the field, around and back down. It's not a long walk today. The forest walks are usually just a bit longer. I've gotta adjust this leash real quick. Sometimes I do this. I don't know if like anyone else that like takes their dogs on a routine walk does this at all. I don't know what this is. It looks like something that, it looks like, I have no clue. Sometimes like I have to like do this because for whatever reason the leash gets stuck, like I just did that, as you can see. Now the dog is pulling once more. And kind of like, I can control the leash wherever she goes, but she also has a little bit of freedom as well when I take these walks. So like sometimes I might make a directional choice based on which direction the puppy wants to go. And if you're wondering, this is, I am pretty sure, the least intelligent German Shepherd that's ever walked this earth as well. Most German Shepherds are deemed to be one of the most intelligent dog breeds ever, but ours, on the other hand, not so much. I don't know what happened along the way, but like our German Shepherd isn't the smartest, but at least you know some commands. Linguini, sit. Yep. Yeah, that right there is exactly what you want your dog to do. Practice some basic commands and you'll see exactly what I mean. So we're gonna continue this walk right now. So we've entered these top fields right over here. This right here is the highest point of our the property right over here. It's that rock right there in the back. Can't really tell, but it's right over by the entranceway over there. So let's do a quick little thing. So I'm gonna get a treat out. I definitely cut that part out of the video for a fact. All right, Linguini, sit. Touch. That's exactly what I wanted. Now you see, those basic commands are teaching the dog something. These basic commands will help your dog in the future. We've trained a lot of our dogs before. The only issue is that this one seems to be the least trained out of all of our dogs. So I'll record once we get back to the house. All right, so we're back in the training yard right now. I just let the other dogs out. They're beginning to find their way outside. We have the Great Dane, Fezek. He's right here. He's always camera shy, but today I guess he's different. And of course we have our German Shepherd puppy, Linguini, and we have our other dog, Piper, who's right there. Now, how did we do for our performance as far as taking the walk goes? Usually when I go to the woods, I usually take on average of 2,000 to 3,000 steps. Today is of course a much shorter walk time, so I have a shorter distance traveled. And yes, that is me in the phone screen. It's your boy, that's good. But yes, as you can see, we took around 1,077 steps today, which isn't terrible. That's not terrible at all, to be honest. I'll take that. That's better than nothing. On average, I take around 11 to 12,000 steps per day, so trying to make sure that I can max out that as best as possible without absolutely destroying my legs is key. So that's just something I do on the daily. And of course, I gotta do my daily exercise routine. Today is an off day, and on off days I only do push-ups and sit-ups. So like I'll try to do like 30 push-ups and like 65 sit-ups. I can do the sit-ups easily. The push-ups, they're a little bit harder, but I can still do them. They're doable at least. So yeah, I'd say that's quite the interesting routine we've had so far. As you saw, it is a little bit later. I did have a little bit of a delay taking the dog for a walk. As you can see, it's 3:33 p.m. right now. So it is not like 11:30. I did have a little bit of a delay earlier with taking the dog on a walk because something did end up happening that was out of my control. I'm not gonna exactly say what happened. So I had to delay taking the dog on a walk for a little bit, but it's all good now. We took her on the walk. She's good to go. I think it's been a good day so far today, and I'll continue keeping you updated. And maybe there's a possible chance that tonight we get to see the Northern Lights. Well, it's sunset time, so you want to know what that means? It's time for some egg collecting. So you want to know something? The pet flock has 12 chickens. We did have 13, like when I did the video a couple weeks ago. Not the video where I talked about my daily routine with chickens. We did have 13, and now we have 12. I don't know if I should say sadly, or I don't really know how to react. Falcon wasn't the greatest rooster, but first things first, we gotta check to make sure if this is full or not, which, yeah, we're gonna bring that in. But first things first, we gotta count them all up real quick. So we should have 12. I'm gonna speed this part up, and I'm also gonna speed up collecting eggs too. So there's not gonna be any talking. So it's just gonna be sped up. You might hear some music from me personally in the background. So let's get into counting them all. All right, so what did we get? We got all 12 chickens, and we got 7 eggs instead of the normal 6 I'm used to getting in the flock. So today, we got 7 eggs instead of the ordinary 6, which I think is good. I wonder if that's because either the chicken just doesn't lay that frequently, or maybe the disappearance of falcon is relieving stress on the chickens. And as I said earlier in this video, them growing back their feathers isn't going to be an overnight process. It's probably gonna take a good old 3 to 4 months. And same thing with getting them friendly again. They're not gonna become like prime pet flock back in July through, I don't know, December 2020. It's gonna take a while for them to get to that level. I'm gonna say at least a month or 2 before they get used to their new setting. And maybe we might end up moving them down closer to the house. I have no clue if I'm gonna end up doing that or not. I guess it's probably not. But if another chicken dies, then we probably don't have any other choice. But we really want to upgrade that yard to something better, but it's a little bit too iconic over here. So let's go to the farm flock. But first, we got to make a delivery to the side of the house. And we've made our delivery to the side of the house. I do notice something over here, that there are some feathers, but I'm not going to say that there's actually a dead chicken over there. So let's go to the farm flock. All right, so we're walking down here right now, and I just got to check to make sure there's no feathers, of course, because, well, that'll be a disaster. And this is from yesterday. I'm pretty sure I showed you earlier in this video. Today I did trace these feathers back here a little bit. They do go pretty deep into here, but they just kind of like abruptly ended. So I don't know why that is sometimes. Like the feathers just like abruptly end. I'm gonna take a guess that this is a black copper marin, but I have no clue, to be honest. So I'm not gonna speak on it. If I have more information, like the falcon attack, I'm pretty sure I know all the information I know about that one. Like in the last 24 hours, my knowledge about that attack has pretty much gotten pretty high. And I also am I'm currently working on a model to show you exactly how that attack worked. I'll probably share it with you through the community tab sometime later. So let's go count these guys up, and then I'm gonna come out here and tell you if we got all 28, and then I'm about to show you if we got, well, then after that I'm gonna just show you how many eggs we get, and let's go do this real quick. 28 is the goal. If we have less than 28, then that's gonna be quite upsetting. Well, guys, I have good news for you. There was 28, so we're good. And for that reason, I'm gonna say, screw off coyotes. You have no business being here. Don't come back. So I'm gonna go collect the eggs. Then we're gonna talk about bringing in that waterer, or if we're not. So let's go in there. I'm gonna guesstimate we're gonna get roughly 15 to 25 eggs. So let's do this. Well, I guess my guesstimation was wrong. That's what they call it, a guesstimation, because I got 11 eggs from this flock. That is a prime example as to why guesstimations are not actual estimations. So we're gonna close up this door, and I forgot to do this to the pet flock, so I'm probably gonna go over there right now off camera and turn off the door. So I'm gonna do it in this flock just to show you how I do it, because if you guys have an automatic coop door if you have chickens, then you probably know how this works. So first I gotta check and see if this is on, which it shouldn't be. Oh, it is on. We're gonna wait for it to go down, then I'm gonna click that button. So we turned it off right there. I actually went out here last night at, I'm not joking, 1:53 in the morning, because I just woke up out of a dream. Checked the clock, it was 1:53, and I was like, did we close the automatic door? So I went out here with a flashlight and my phone, barely waking up, 1:53 in the morning, went out here and turned it off myself. Oh, and I almost forgot. We have another bigger delivery to make to the front of the house as well. And that is this big waterer right here, which is not half full. If it's half full, then we are good to go. We are good to go, but this time it is not half full, so it is not good to go. In fact, it's not the greatest. But in that case scenario, I'm gonna say, if you enjoyed today's day in the life, then don't forget to click that like and subscribe, because we do these types of videos almost every day, except when the school year comes this year, I'm gonna upload only 3 times a week. I've already decided that. By the way, if you want to see some cool things, be sure to click the playlist on the screen right now, in the center of the screen, which is my chicken playlist. Has all my chicken videos, but if you're not interested in that, then you might want to see my gardening playlist, which I have it right on there too. If you don't see anything interesting there, then don't forget to check out the channel. There's definitely there's a little bit of something for everyone there. So I'll see you somewhere.